Alright, we don't have a lot of time. Between her weapon and whatever tech she's put in here, Ja'ula's done a lot of damage. We need to put a stop to it before it gets too far gone. Let's head toward those Klingon energy signatures. Seems like a good place to start. That would be the Jasep. They're a sentient, spore-based colony life form. My records indicate they act to decompose any material that's alien to the mycelial network, like you, for example. Adjust your personal shields to this setting. It should protect you from their nibbling. Good. Whatever's happening with that Mokai tech hasn't spread here. Not yet, anyway. Take some samples from healthy spore clusters. We'll need them for comparison studies later.
This area is so pretty. I love it. Never when I first started playing this game would I ever think that this game would look so pretty. Really, just look at it. So pretty, so bright lights. It's just pretty. That's all I really have to say about it, okay?
Appreciate this place until you see it for yourself.
Yes, I just was mentioning that Mr.
This is serious.
Blonde-haired dude. I don't know.
Beyond repair, it could end all life, everywhere.
I was going to say something. I don't remember what it was. Oh, whatever. It's better to say something again.
Hold your fire. I'm pretty sure she comes in peace.
Very new arrival, huh? What you got to say?
Outsiders. I am of the Jasep. We are people of this realm. We have met people of your realm before. Many of them have traveled here. Others from your realm have sent things that are hurting us. You must make this stop. I created this form to give the Jasep voice, to communicate with you. Based on your memories, Patel is compassionate, idealistic, someone who protects, someone like the Jasep. We waste time. Strange devices have been brought here. They make the fungus sick. They are making the yield tree bloom.
This yield tree she's talking about is bad news. The Jasep aren't fond of it, and with good reason. Its bark is toxic to them.
There was a tear in the sky, and a device came through it from your realm. It gives off strange light and heat at all times. This is what brings the sickness and the poison. We know it. The device is deeper in the forest. I will take you to it, but you must stop it. You must.
Let's get moving. Looks like this device is deeper in the Mycelial Forest. Watch for visible signs of fungal corruption and yield tree growth. The more we see, the closer we'll be to the problem.
So heading on deeper into the Mycelial Forest. Again, this place is extremely beautiful, but it's made up of islands, of course, because why wouldn't it be?
Use this to move quickly. It will let us travel through the network to another part of the realm.
As he was saying, yes, these little areas will let you travel on the wind, to other parts of the islands.
Interesting. This might be a tardigrade birthing ground. Try not to scare the little ones, okay? I don't think we'd survive an encounter with an angry adult tardigrade, let alone several. The liquid sources here may tell us more about them as well. Tardigrades can put themselves into a desiccated state to survive without water, but they still need it to remain active and to grow. Take a sample from the center of the pool. That should provide useful information.
Let me do that. Alright, so these cute little tardigrades you must scan. And one of my crew members keeps using combat supply for what it's called.
Baby tardigrades are extremely tough.
That's just a bit of a thing about it, to be honest. But these tardigrades are so adorable. I mean, seriously. If they weren't so creepy to me, I would want one as a pet.
Tardigrades are of the realm. They live in harmony within the forest.
Living in harmony within the forest. Where'd you go? Don't you run away on me? I need to scan you, little critter. Don't run away on me. No, stop. Stop running away. I just want to scan you, you stupid bug.
These readings could be very helpful to us here. Understanding this ecosystem may be the key to healing it.
Right, now for the fluid sample, which is also, again, very pretty water. That's the general gist of the place. Just
The
pretty.
fluid sample shows a high level of nucleotides and proteins. This serves not only as a liquid source for the local flora, but also a nutrient carrier. These proteins include compounds associated with the formation of neurotransmission and memory. It's possible that the liquid carries information in the form of protein compounds, and that specific fungi may release chemicals into the fluid that allow for widespread communication.
Oh, now we have to leave this area. Where are you going? Oh, she's going to the next conduit. Okay. It's like, where are you going? You know, don't run away on me. It's the next little island.
Look, see that? That's definitely not Klingon tech. It's running clean, too. No radiation or harmful emissions. Whatever it is, it's not part of the problem here. I'd like to take a closer look, if you don't mind.
Examine unknown device. When it's an unknown device, you certainly want to get close to it and scan it, because that's totally not going to set off any scanning things.
Curiouser and curiouser. This is Alachi tech. I wonder what they're doing in here. This device appears to collect spores floating in the atmosphere. Based on what we know about Alachi, I think it's collecting food for them.
Alachi are, like the Jasep, part of this realm. They lived here before they went to serve and fight in your realm. Now some of them have returned.
Maybe. The Alachi don't have a lot of friends in the Alliance. I'd be worried about this information falling into the wrong hands. The last thing this place needs is a bunch of well-armed types stomping around looking for payback from the Alachi. Incoming!
We got some enemies here. Alright, so the Alachi now. If you are playing in the Roman Republic, you will be fighting these guys much earlier than I am now, because I am level 65, and I'm fighting them again. But the Alachi are primarily science-based abilities. Their weapons don't do a whole lot of damage. Neither are their... give me a sec. Okay. Neither are their personal shields particularly powerful.
Were of the realm, but they were sick, toxic, like the yield tree. Their devices were corrupt as well. If we cannot cure the Alachi, we must call them from the realm before the sickness spreads.
Okay, yeah, now we need to defeat the Alachi in the area, but the Alachi are mostly science-based. Their shields are not particularly powerful.
Look here. It is corrupted. The device makes it grow in a strange...
Gonna have to cut her off there a little bit before we die. Their personal shields aren't particularly powerful, neither are theirs is their armor. So once you get their shields down, they are easy as pie. But they can certainly mess with you with their abilities, especially if you are playing on the Roman Republic side of things, because for some reason the corrupted Alachi here aren't quite as powerful as they are in the Roman Republic side. I'm not sure what's up with that, but whatever. There we go. Moving forward. Button. Oh, there's more here. I didn't even notice them. But the Alachi are actually pretty cool in design. The Alachi are taken from Star Trek Enterprise, which was their first appearance in the entire series at all. And they were scary then. They're still scary now. If you we haven't gotten into dealt with any of the Roman Republic sides of things, and there's a large backstory behind them that is told in that story arc that isn't here, because these are just... The game kind of assumes that you've already played through the Roman Republic side of things. Well, it kind of doesn't assume it, but it takes kind of a notion that you may have played it already, and kind of runs with it. But whenever we get into the Roman Republic side of things, we'll go into more depth about it.
Lots of yield tree growth here. That's not a good thing. The corruption is getting stronger.
There's another tree back here, or yield tree back here. Holster my weapon. And the last tree is sitting over here. But Alachi tech looks pretty cool too, though. I really like the way it looks.
This fungi is being mutated by Hark-Peng radiation. Not good. Looks like this used to be an Alachi research outpost. They were starting to build defense systems in response to incursions from our space. That you can't guess who was responsible for those. Unfortunately, the radiation from Ja'ula's tech had a negative effect on the Alachi. They began to mutate, and their higher brain function started to deteriorate. Looks like a team decided to head deeper into the network to deal with the problem. There aren't any coherent entries.
We must go deeper into the network, toward the source of the corruption.
Indeed, we shall. So the next area that we need to go to is over here. Patel will wave towards you to tell you which one you need to go to, which, to be honest, is not that difficult. This game is ludicrously linear to begin with, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose.
The device is close, you see? The yield trees, the corruption, they have spread through this area. Find the next node and jump. The source of the sickness must be in the next area.
As you can see, there's more yield tree growth going on around here. Just does not look particularly good. But we need to make our way to the next conduit, which is not looking good either.
Something's wrong here. The radiation has mutated the hyphae grouping in this conduit. I can't compute its dynamic output ranges and adjust to compensate for the mutation. Long story short, we're stuck.
No, the sickness has damaged it too much. I cannot speak to it and make it work. It must be navigated by the stamets, the living stamets. The living stamets, the one who came here before, was part of the network, connected. He touched it with his mind. The living stamets could feel the flow of the network. That is how he guided his ship home through it. Yes, but this stamets does not think the same way. It thinks like a machine, not like the living. The memories and essence of the stamets from before are within the network. We may be able to bring them forth for you, so you can merge them with this stamets. What you need is within what grows here, and the fluid that connects and sustains it.
Alright, so we need to collect some stuff. First off, the mycelial fluid over here in this pool. The very pretty pool. I just love the way this place looks. It's just so nice.
Mycelial Forest is a vast network, much like your computer. All you need to do is bring the memories you want to the surface. The water connects all the growth. Use it to compel the fronds to blossom and release the memories you seek. Watch carefully. When the fronds bloom, collect the spore memories from them.
Collect the interactive fluid again.
Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
And we need to collect the spores before they spear, as you said, but there's going to be some Alachi kind of messing up with you out here a little bit. You're probably only going to be able to collect one set of spores per cycle, I suppose. I'm not sure what we call it before the Alachi interrupt you so badly that you can't really do anything. So just don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Otherwise, you can collect the fluid again as many times as needed, because there's plenty of it in this pool. And then you can move over to the next set of spores and collect them. Pretty simple. And I'm being attacked again. What's this other weapon I got going here? Oh, that's what it was. Was it? Oh, that's what it was. My Thompson gun. Okay. I'll continue using this weapon for now. These Alachi look really creepy, just with, with all this corruption going on them, and it's like, oof. I think so. That was pretty good timing move right there. She used a tripwire ability. She's partially trained for intelligence. She used a tripwire, and that actually got rid of the last Alachi. Okay. Yes, I get that, but we need to take care of the Alachi first. I don't know why it does that. Just like the game has never really gotten much better with, text dialogues coming up in the middle of battle. Normally it's not supposed to come up when you're under red alert, but it comes up so fast that it doesn't give you a chance to go into red alert before it comes up, and it gets screwed up sometimes. It's weird, I know. Oh, it looks like an Iglith drone. Oh.
Spores. They're the building blocks of energy across the universe.
Look how it interacts with the spores. It's as if
I don't know where to go.
you only do it for me, but I could be your I do love it when you only do things for me. You're the thread that weaves life through space.
I so hoped you would find your way.
I can't even find my way out. Follow the music, Paul. I'm not going anywhere. Open your eyes.
Hugh? Okay. I know what I need to do here. Hugh. Now I know what it was like for you when you came back. Now it's my turn, except you're not here. None of you are. Burnham, Tilly, Saru, all of you. You're gone. It's just me now. What's left of me, at least. I'm gonna need a moment here, okay? This is a lot to take in. Okay. Everything's all coming together in my head now. I can navigate the network again. I can do this.
We are alike now, both created for a purpose, but with the memories of someone else. The memories of a life not entirely our own. But we are alive.
Patel may be a living thing, but what about me? I'm a computer program, a simulation of a life once lived, and yet I remember being him. I remember the thrill of discovering the mycelial network, the terror of the Klingon War, serving on Discovery, everything I felt when I lost Hugh, and everything I felt when he came back. All of it. Everything.
We were made, not born. But that alone does not define us. If we have all the memories, all the feelings, we can choose how to live, according to what we know and feel. We are as real as anyone. We are just made of different things.
You're giving me the chance to do what I want, to be who I want to be. Thank you. I've made my choice. Let's finish this. A lot of people are counting on us, counting on me. I can help, and I will. It's what Hugh would have wanted, and it's what I want.
Indeed it is. So we need to traverse to the final node, which is just over here. But wait a second. But the cutscenes are just, they're getting so good. I love it. It's coming a long way.
The sickness. It is strong here. It is dangerous. Already many of the Alachi have become sick and corrupted. There are 3 devices up ahead. You must disable them.
So there are three devices up ahead, but there's also a ton of Alachi, which is just marvelous, fantastic. I kept flanking him, but he's not going down. It's all going on his shields, though. And I'm held. There we go. I gotta move this down here. So I got some neuroactive fluid, though. We need to find the Jewel's probes up here at the up on the top of this hill. But yeah, like, I love that little cutscene. I've never watched Discovery, unfortunately. Something I wasn't particularly interested in that, and I didn't want to have another streaming service eating money every month after month. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. Because up here,
There are the devices, up ahead. They are of the realm, but the sickness doesn't affect them. It should. They eat overgrown blooms. They drink the water. Somehow, they remain strong.
Right now, the radiation is creating more overgrowth than the tardigrades can eat. If we take out Jaula's device, the corruption will stop and the growth rate will return to normal. Then the tardigrades will eat the surplus overgrowth, corrupted or not. Given time, they should slowly bring the ecosystem back into balance.
so examine the first probe.
This could be tricky. we can't disable the probes without clearing the corrupted mycelium, and we can't do that without risking detonation. We're going to need to think outside the box on this one. We need to convince a hungry tardigrade to come to the buffet table, so to speak. If we can lure one of them to the probes, it might clear the overgrowth to a point where we can safely disarm them. I'm thinking we use the healthy spore samples we collected earlier, if you're willing to wave a carrot in front of a hungry, practically indestructible eight-legged horse.
A practically indestructible eight-legged horse. So this is a bit of an interesting thing you probably would never thought you would do in a video game ever. You need to lure a tardigrade, yes, that is right, a tardigrade, a water bear, over to this probe with mycelium growing all over it, and have it eat it. That is right, yes. And just watching him go is just so much fun. I love it. But once he eats through it, you can disable the probe, and you need to do this about 3 times, as per usual. Still going at it though. Come on. You need a little faster, can't you? Okay, deactivate probe. Dang it. Stupid. Alachi. Interrupting my probe deactivating. That actually doesn't sound particularly great when you think about it completely out of context. Nope. Deactivate probe. Nope. Nope. Deactivate probe. There we go. Can't get my keys mixed up. Do not shoot me. Thank you. Can't you guys just take down this stupid Alachi? Sorry, entice the tardigrade. And now it's following me. Move him over to the next one. He shouldn't. He won't go after any of these other trees, by the way. He should be fine. But he'll go after him. Go after these probes with mycelium all over it. To be honest, they're behind me. There we go. Move up this a little bit. There we go. That should make it a little easier to take these guys down a little faster. And oof.
We're ready for you to disable that probe.
Yes, I'm going at it. Thank you. These thing Alachi. I'm going to send up a intel probe or covert probe or whatever. Nope, wrong key again. Dang it. Keep mixing that up.
Nice. Only one more to go.
Ready to entice the tardigrade for the last time. Last one is sitting somewhere. There it is. Oh god, I'm going real fast. I picked up one of those, what's it called? Supply things right there. And it caused me to go real fast. Sorry if I'm just sounding kind of, all over the place with my commentary. It's just...
The tardigrade's done. Disable that probe.
It's kind of the game's kind of all over the place right now when it comes to pacing a little bit. It's good pacing still, but it's kind of like weird pacing nonetheless. And I'm trying to keep up with it when it comes to commentary. I'm trying to get better with it too because, I don't know, I've just been trying to get better with commentaries lately, especially for this Let's Play. Do not want to get in front of that. Oh shoot, I'm held. Oh shoot, come on. Salamer, could you heal me up a little bit real quick, please? I do not want to use a medical generator. Don't worry, it's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. You can always sprint right back. It's perfectly fine. For a second there, I thought I lost some of my crew members. Just gonna give it a shot. Lop off a cheap shot on them. There we go. Now, hopefully we can take these guys down. That was kind of stupid because I kind of got weaponized dark matter. That's what I want. Okay, so weaponized dark matter actually it's a kit item that I have. That's actually pretty interesting. Weaponized dark matter, when you throw it at an enemy, it will continue doing damage indefinitely until the enemy goes down. It is very dangerous if used in the right way, because again, it does not have an end to it. It just keeps going until the target goes down completely. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
This is all starting to come together. Ja'ula's plan, that is. I think I understand what she's trying to do. Ja'ula and House Mokai learn about classified Starfleet projects in 2256. She raids the Glen and discovers the spore drive, then steals all of the data on it. Unfortunately for her, Strahl corrupted the data before she stole it. So, when she made her spore-based superweapon, she was using bad data. She puts her shiny new toy on her flagship and joins the attack on Starbase 1. That didn't work out so well for her, though. Bad data, bad weapon. She pulls the trigger and boom! It blows up in her face and the explosion throws her into this century. Ja'ula works out the bugs in her weapon's design. She determines that mutated spores are a critical component, so she sets out to get more of them. That's where the probes come in. She fires them into the network, they beam out Hark-Peng radiation, spores mutate, and Ja'ula gets more ammo for her weapon of mass destruction. Problem is, she didn't think it through. The radiation causes unexpected side effects, as we've seen firsthand. Somehow, I don't think Ja'ula is worried about collateral damage, though. Knowledge is power. Now that we know what she's up to, we can take steps to put an end to her plan and protect the network from her actions. Hopefully, we'll be able to work with the Josep on this. Who knows, maybe the Alachi will join the fight. The sane Alachi, that is. No argument there. Wait, did you hear that? Something's coming. Something big. I'm gonna say that's not a good sign.
Do not fire. We are allies. Forgive me. It has been so long since I have used my voice. I was Jarsev, a Romulan once. I am Ilachi now, partially. My mind returns to the time before my change. The weapon is to blame. It corrupts some of us. Drives us mad. Others, like me, become fusions of Ilachi and what we were before. Wait. These weapons, they are not of your creation, are they? You must stop her. Close the rifts. Destroy her weapons. If she continues this madness, she will utterly corrupt this realm. If that happens, it will break through into the void space, your realm, and destroy everything. You should return to your realm. Ja'ula's attack has angered other Ilachi. They are taking a fleet to destroy anything on the other side of the rift.
You must leave now. Go to your realm and help your people while you can. It is our way. The Josep thank you for removing the sickness. We will work with Tarsev and other Alachi who wish to stand together against Ja'ula. We believe we will meet again, friends. Goodbye.
We're receiving your data now. No sign of our House Mokai friends, but something's definitely happening with the rift. Based on what you've found out in the network, we'll be able to close it, but we'll need to get several external readings before we're ready to try.
Riskava and Hoffman can head to opposite ends of the rift. From there, we should each be able to get a differential reading. Once we have enough data, you can use a deflector modulation to close the rift.
Alright, so time to close the little rift here. But we need to deal with, of course, Alachi. So the Ology in space is a much more powerful and tedious and annoying and difficult thing to deal with in space than they are on the ground. On the ground, they're not particularly powerful. But in space, they can be brutal. Now, these first ships are not particularly powerful at all. Qualsh Corruptors and Seagull Escorts are not particularly powerful. It's the more cruiser slash, oh, I don't know, Dreadnought class ships that are more powerful than these guys. And we'll get into them in a second. But their frigates can usually come in pairs rather than trios that they usually do. My shields are going down. I need to replace those real quick. But they are relatively... their bite is a little more worse than the bark, admittedly. Their hulls are not particularly powerful, neither are their shields, but they can pretty much pack a punch when they can. Seagulls are kind of the same way, and ion cotton tractor beams. But their speed is what makes them particularly powerful, because more often than not, they can pretty easily maneuver around your attacks with evasive maneuvers, and that's when they become annoying. But the other two that we'll be getting into eventually, if not in this episode, I forget, those are more powerful than these guys, by a long shot. You will go down, you stupid little ship. Torpedo spread on you. There we go. There we go. Oh, they're sending more ships. But the Rescava is almost done scanning, thankfully, because this is starting to get a little brutal. As well as the Hoffman. Sending more ships. Wonderful. Use another torpedo spread. The Hoffman's standing by to close the rift. Good. Gonna take care of these ships real quick. I'm gonna close one. Actually, you know what? I'll skip that. Huge spike, you say? Well, there's a Cheshire. Right, so Cheshires are very, very powerful. They are obviously the Dreadnought class. But there's one version of class of ship here that is not present, and that is Monbosch. Monbosches are brutal even more than Seagulls or Qualsh. I hate them. I hate them a lot. It looks like the Enterprise F is here, thankfully. Because I am getting my ass whooped here. But yeah, Cheshires are dangerous, as you can see, because like they were able to really whittle me down pretty quickly, to the point where I have to use basically every single ability I have on hand just to keep myself from blowing up. But that Cheshire is just not taking it. Like we're barely putting a dent in it, more or less. I am getting hit hard here. I'm glad I got the Delta Alliance distress call though. Use another torpedo spread, send it out. I'm going to continue focusing on the Cheshire because that is the most powerful ship here, and is really wailing on the Rescava, which is not good, as one might expect. Kind of going out of range a little bit here. I am going to kind of wear down my rear shields. Hopefully I can keep those real shields down, because that's going to hurt a lot. There we go. That's what I like to see. Setting out the torpedoes again. I just love those rapid fire torpedoes. It looks so cool when you send them out. So I don't know what it's like. It just looks real cool when you send them out. This Cheshire is not going down. But my Nimbus Pirate Distress Call is actually almost done cooling down, which means I can use it real quick here soon. This real quick. All right, now we got a little bit more help here. She's there wailing on him.
Wow, that actually worked. I can't say I didn't have doubts at first, but whew, well done. Not to rain on the parade here, but Ja'ul is still out there. As long as she has that weapon and the spores it needs to power it, this can happen again.
Well, you can count on the Lucari. We will do what we can to stop her. This isn't just a threat to our universe. There's a brilliant, wondrous realm lying beneath our conception of space. And it's in danger as well. We can't let harm come to it from our side of the cosmos.
We stopped Ja'ula's attack and saved Andoria. I'd call that a good start. That rift, though, that's something you don't see every day, even in Starfleet. And I've seen some strange things in my time. It was good working with you all. I'll make sure Starfleet Command is updated. We'll do everything we can to bring Ja'ula to justice and put a stop to this campaign of hers.
About Ja'ula, she's going to go after any spores she can get her hands on. You're going to want to cut her off, the sooner the better. And I can help with that. Pretty sure you didn't bring me into all this for the charming conversation, though that is a definite bonus. I'll be glad to have something to do. It'll help me adjust to life as a sentient hologram. I've got a lot to process and a lot to catch up on. That might be the understatement of the 25th century. Short term, I'll start putting together a list of known spore colonies. We need to keep an eye on those. If we're lucky, we'll catch Ja'ula before something like this happens again.
Right. Art system. That was actually a pretty good episode. I like it. And fighting the Elachi and the Federation is actually pretty cool too. But anyway, if the game will load. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Right, so now let's report in first.
What an extraordinary series of events. The Mycelial network will be of great interest to the Lucari, I can assure you. Our own astromycologists will want to study it as soon as possible. I do hope the Alliance is able to put a swift end to Ja'ula's campaign. The thought of her using spores as part of a weapon, it's unsettling. If she's able to perfect that technology, no one will be safe from her wrath. Finally, please send my regards to Commander Stamets. It was such a pleasure to work with him, and I do wish him the best as he explores the galaxy in our time.
Appointment progress. I don't know what that is used for. I have to look that up. But because I've already done this mission, normally you would only get this Percival Propulsion Shield, which is okay, I guess. Never really know what I'm going to do with it. But I actually do get... You also do get a Factory Probiology Brit Officer. I think I've already collected that, believe it or not. But anyway, so... In terms of... That was the only feature episode that was introduced in Season 18. What was also introduced was patrols. Now, patrols are done mostly alone, but you can queue up with them, I think. I'll have to figure out how to do that. It's kind of... The UI is not quite as concise as one might expect them to be. But they are structured kind of like in a future episode. Like, you do these specific tasks, you fight battles and whatnot, but these battles are much more larger in scale than they otherwise would have been. And you also get specific rewards that you don't normally get for them anyway. So over the next episode or two, we'll do a few of these just to kind of see what they are like. We'll probably do some of the more interesting ones because I've done a few of them already, so I'll do some of the more of my favorites. But that's what we're going to do the next couple episodes. Because they are actually interesting. Some of them are actually very hard. But either way, I think we'll do that next time. So join me next time for more Star Trek Online, where we do the next mission, which is not a mission, but we'll do patrols next time and see how they are like. See you guys later.